from bad writing to horrible delivery from bad actors. Though Nickelodeon has had a lot of hit TV shows, it has also had a couple of misses. Today we're going to be listing off all of the Nickelodeon shows you forgot about that likely deserved to be forgotten. Before we dive into the video, also make sure you are subscribed to our channel if this is the first time you are watching our videos. We make new videos every Sunday, and we would love for you to join our community here. Also, be sure to follow my personal Instagram at Hayden Westerfield, because why not? And with that, let's get started. Number 1, Butt Ugly Martians. One of the worst Nickelodeon shows to date, the show only lasted for 3 months before Nickelodeon quickly pulled the plug. It was a computer animated series about 3 blue aliens on a mission to invade other planets for their evil emperor, Bog. Finding themselves on the planet Earth, they became accustomed to the culture of Americans and began to slack off on their duties. Sounds like a hit series, right? What could go wrong? For one, the theme song.
B-K-M! 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 Are you ready? We are the Martians, the butt ugly Martians. We don't really want a war. I just want a hoverboard. We don't want to conquer Earth. I just want to feel my girth.
If that wasn't painful enough, the cringy animation was poorly edited with horrible expressions. All in all, bad television at its finest. Number 2. Nick Studio 10. Cancelled the day of its release. Yes, you heard me right. This show was cancelled in one day. It will forever go down as one of Nickelodeon's biggest mistakes. The series was a random comedy show hosted by 4 random-ass teenagers who surprisingly have never been in anything since the series was cancelled. Here's a clip of these teenagers singing about farting in jars.
Thought to myself, why don't I fart in a jar and put it on the shelf?
Took the top off the jar and put it up to my butt and forced a stinky toot right out of my gut. It's a fart in a jar. Just a fart in a jar.
Open it up and smell for yourself.
Was it cheese,
eggs, or bacon? Did your butt really spike it?
Now the room smells like
I like
farts.
the smell of my farts.
Could someone open up a window?
To make things worse, to promote the new series, Nickelodeon set these stupid ads for their new series during actual episodes of other shows, not even during commercial breaks. This was a new low for Nickelodeon. Number 3. Bucket and Skinner. Anthony Coletta actually requested for us to do a review for this show, so here you go. In an attempt for Nickelodeon to fit into the whole surfer-type crowd of kids, like its elder series Rocket Power, Nickelodeon ran the series for just 1 season before they realized the crowd they were trying to please wasn't buying it. It also was trying to be like the Disney XD show Zeke and Luther, which failed enough on its own. The show is absolutely ridiculous, and the actors were never seen or heard from again in Hollywood. Geez, I wonder why. Number 4. Fred. The Show. Ew, God, I cringed just thinking that this was a show. Again, Nickelodeon approved the series because they were trying to steal some of the success YouTube was having with young kids and temporarily trying to stop the overtake of television with YouTube. Kids seemed to love Fred, so Nickelodeon decided to team up with the team behind the character, Lucas Crookshank. After the movie seemed to do so well in ratings, they decided to turn the movies into an entire series. It seemed like they would hit the jackpot, right? The series was poorly written with hardly any plotline whatsoever. No one could relate to any of the characters, and you could tell that even the actors didn't want to be there. They knew deep down that they were better than this. Even Common Sense Media, a website that generally requires common sense, gave it 1 star out of a possible 5. Number 5. Marvin Marvin. After they realized Fred the series was a bust, Nickelodeon decided they weren't quite done with Lucas yet. Why? The world may never know. They decided to create an entirely different plot that had nothing to do with Fred, which I'm just gonna add is the reason they hired Lucas in the first place. Simply relying on dumb, sick, stupid humor, Marvin Marvin was nothing more than a lazy written, painfully unclever mess of cliched characterizations. To sum it all up, it's most known for this butt joke.
And listens with his butt.
I'm closer.
Number 6. House of Anubis. As one of the very few fans of this series, I can vouch that it was generally not very good. It was far too cheesy and coincidental. The characters were fun, different, and likable, but the dramatic music is what truly brought the show's potential to rust. Don't get me wrong, the soundtrack will forever be playing in my head, and it has an iconic Egyptian build-up, but the whole drama, soap opera content was just too much for most of Nickelodeon's audience. However, I will always love the series as it was one of the very first teen soaps that I fell in love with. It also inspired a whole era of horrible Nick soap operas, which we will dive into in just a minute. Number 7. Mighty B. Cartoons were doing really well on Nickelodeon, and Mighty B wanted a slice of that fame. However, the entire series was far too stupid for kids' brain cells to carry. The show was basically about a girl walking around and talking to her dog. It was simply stupid. And that's all we're going to say about this one. Number 8. Planet Sheen. This one simply pains me to talk about because it was a spin-off to the iconic Jimmy Neutron series, and Planet Sheen was such a disappointment. They took everything that was good about Jimmy Neutron, and eventually, the only thing good about the show, Sheen, went bad. Sheen was hilarious in Jimmy Neutron, but in this show, he was just stupid and unlikable. Why did the creators make him forget about everyone on Earth, including Libby? It's never a good idea when spin-offs do that because most of the people watching are fans from the original series, and when you cut out the original characters, then it's just an entirely different show. It reminds me of that episode of iCarly where they sell the rights to iCarly to an executive producer who ends up changing everything that made the show good. Number 9. How to Rock. This is one of the few shows on this list that actually had a chance, but unfortunately it fell flat. With the success of Victorious, Nickelodeon wanted to sell more albums while achieving a boost in ratings at the same time. Honestly, the songs are far from bad, and the theme song is quite impressive and upbeat. Not going to lie, still listen to it on occasion, but unfortunately, the over-the-top cheesy writing, followed with bad acting, didn't quite make up for the decent songwriting. The writing was extremely shallow, portraying that a girl with braces and glasses can't be spoken to. The jokes were cheesy and all in all off-putting, and that delivered by bad acting was enough for the show to be cancelled after just one season. It relies too much on high school cliques and stereotypes. Oh, you know there's gonna be a dumb blonde. All in all, 2012 and 2013 were not good for Nickelodeon, and the cancellation of their saving cards, Big Time Rush, Victorious, and iCarly was simply stupidity at its finest. Number 10. Every Which Way. Nickelodeon decided that tween dramedies did well, as kids would eat up every cliffhanger and return every week to find out that no, the character did not do that stupid thing that the previous episode ended on. However, the dramedies were also highly unliked by most of the Nickelodeon audience, as it was an entirely different genre as most of the series Nickelodeon offers. Unfortunately, the series has an easily triggered fanbase, so if you're a fan of the show, I would recommend skipping ahead. Okay, I warned you. I hated this series from the minute I tuned in. I was in the 6th grade, so don't play that stupid too old crap because that was one of the final years where you could watch Nickelodeon and still be cool. The show is literally House of Anubis and Wizards of Waverly Place combined, and instead of learning from its mistakes, Nickelodeon made all of the things that were good about House of Anubis so much worse in this new series. The acting is so over the top, there is a stupid will they won't they relationship throughout the entire series that no one cared about. The sets are horrible, and I'm gonna repeat, the acting is so bad. I can't take anyone who likes this show seriously. Instead of having set spells, like other good supernatural shows, the girl simply makes up a cringeworthy rhyme. I almost cry thinking about the older actors who appeared on the show. I mean, their careers are truly over, and there is no going back from it. And so are all the other kids who appeared on this series, never to be heard from in Hollywood again. What a tragedy. It also inspired an equally horrible spin-off, Wits Academy. That was just simply a horrible idea for Nickelodeon to approve. Number 11. Talia in the Kitchen. A series that is just as uninteresting as it sounds. The series focuses on a 14-year-old with a passion for cooking, attempting to revive her family's restaurant business with the help of her magical spices. Sounds interesting, right? Not. The series even tried comedy. With every joke falling flat, Nickelodeon decided that Talia in the Kitchen needed to go. Also, I'm sorry, but does this girl look 14 to you? Number 12, Awesomeness TV. Does anyone else remember that hot minute that Nickelodeon became a YouTube channel? One of its most noticeable guests being Fifth Harmony. The show was an interesting idea, but overall, bad editing, bad plot, and overall bad. Alright guys, that's all the series for today's video. However, we have a few more videos like this coming soon, like spin-offs you forgot existed, so comment down below if you are interested in more videos like this. Also, make sure you subscribe to our channel if you're new. Check out an episode of my show, Jake and Hudson, if you haven't seen it already. Check out our previous video over mistakes you missed in Lizzie McGuire. There is a big one in there that you guys need to hear about. I'm Aiden, and I'll see you guys next Sunday only on Every Show Review. Bye!